Let's factorize each expression completely, step by step, and always checking the highest common factor first. So you always check if you have a highest common factor, HCF first. So in the first question, we are given y cubed plus 9y squared. And we can see that the common theme between these two terms is y cubed and y squared. You always take the smallest one. So the smallest one is y squared. And that is your highest common factor. And then the final answer will be y squared times y will be y cubed. Y squared times 9 will be 9y squared. And then that is your final answer for 1. Second one, we are given 5x squared y cubed plus 15x cubed y squared. So ladies and gents, the common factor between 15 and 5 is 5. And then the highest common factor between x squared and x cubed is x squared. The highest common factor between y cubed and y squared is y squared. And then we are left with, on the first term, 5 will cancel the 5, x squared will cancel the x squared, y cubed divided by y squared is just y. And then plus 15 divided by 5 is 3, x cubed divided by x squared will be x, and then y squared divided by y squared will be 1. So that is our final answer. Let's go to number 3. On number 3, we have 12 t to the 5 minus 20t to the 4 plus 8t squared minus 16. Then here, ladies and gents, firstly, we check. We have the highest common factor of 4 because 4 can go into 12, into 20, into 8, and into 16. But t is only in the first 3 terms but not in the last. So we cannot take a highest common factor that has a t. So the only highest common factor is 4. And then the first term we're going to have 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then we have t to the 5. Negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5. Then we have t4. And then 8 divided by 4 is positive 2. Then we have t squared. 16 divided by 4, it's 4. And then you might be tempted to group them, but it's not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. You can pause the video and try it. This is indeed fully factorized. Okay, now let's go to number 4. On number 4, we have p squared minus 36. So here, I want you to recognize that this is a difference of 2 squares because p squared can be broken into p times p. And 36 can be broken to 6 times 6. And then we have a minus. Hence, we're saying it's a difference of 2 squares. So the first term is p squared. So the first terms in the bracket will be p's. Then the second term is 36. So the second terms in the bracket will be 6. Then you always switch the sign, plus and minus. And that is your difference of 2 squares fully factorized. And there was no highest common factor there. Okay, number 5. We have 25 minus x squared. So if you check here, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a highest common factor, but we have difference of 2 squares. 25 will break into 5 times 5. X squared will break into x times x. Then we open our 2 brackets. The first term is 25, which means we're going to have 5 and 5. The second term is x squared, which means we're going to have x and x. Then you switch the sign, plus and minus. Then number 6. Number 6, we're given 4a cubed minus 49a. And ladies and gents, if you check here, there's a highest common factor of a between a squared and, a cubed and a. 4 and 49 do not have a highest common factor. So it's going to be 4a squared because a cubed divided by a it's a squared minus 49, né? Because a divided by a gives us 1. So on the second term, we're left with 49. Now inside the brackets, I need you to recognize that there's difference of two squares, because 4a squared can be broken into 2a times 2a. Then 49 can be broken into 7 times 7. So we're going to have the a outside, and then we're going to factorize the bracket further. The 4a squared breaks into 2a and 2a. The 49 breaks into 7 and 7. And then you switch the signs. All right, now let's go to number 7. On number 7, we have a plus b squared minus 100. Okay, and we can see that this is a difference of two squares. If you're not seeing it properly, I'll say let what is inside this bracket. So a plus b will be k. Therefore, you can see that your expression becomes in bracket k squared minus 100, because you replace the a plus b with k. And then you're going to have k squared breaking into k times k, and then 100 breaking into 10 by 10. And then now let's factorize that. You're going to have the first term is k, so it breaks into k and k. The second term is 100, it breaks into 10 and 10. Then you have a plus and a minus. But now we need to take our k back, because k, remember, it's a plus b. So where I see k, I put a plus b plus 10. Then I put a plus b, and then we have minus 10. And that is fully factorized. Now let's go to number 8, ladies and gentlemen. On number 8, we have 9. We have 9 minus in bracket x minus y squared. So again, we're going to let what is inside the bracket, which is x minus y, to be k. Then you can see it's going to become 9 minus in bracket. We replace that with k. Then we square it. Right. And then 9 breaks into 3 and 3. The k squared breaks into k and k. Then this is difference of two squares indeed. So the 9 breaks into 3 and 3. The k squared breaks into k and k. Then we have a plus and a minus. Ne? Then we're going to do this. Now we're going to say 3. We substitute the k back. Remember, k is x plus y. X minus y. Ne? Then you have 3 minus. If you are substituting in after a minus, you must put brackets, ladies and gents. If you are substituting before a plus, no need for a bracket, because a plus doesn't affect anything, but a minus will switch the signs. So we're going to have 3 plus x minus y into 3. The negative will switch all the signs. Then you're going to have minus x plus y. Right. Then let's go to number 9. On 9, we have we have y cubed plus 8. And then I need you to recognize that this is sum of cubes. We're adding 2 cubes, because y cubed can be broken into y times y times y. Then the 8 can be broken into 2 times 2 times 2. So cubes, you always open a small bracket and a bigger one, because you're going to have 2 terms in the first bracket and 3 terms in the second one. The sign between the given terms is a plus, so the first bracket takes the sign of the original. Here we switch. If this is a plus, this will become a minus. If this was a minus, this would become a plus. So those two signs always switch. The last one is always a plus. Now, you're going to have this. Here you have y. So you take the first one there, which is y. And then you say y times y is y squared. So the second bracket has y squared, you see. And then you take this term is 2. So you put 2 here. Then 2 times 2 is 4. Then you put 4 at the end. And then in the middle, you just multiply these two terms. Is what? 2 times y is 2y. And that is fully factorized. Okay, now let's go to number 10. On number 10, we have 64 y to the 4 plus y. Recognize that there's an highest common factor of y. And then we're going to have we take out the y out. So we're going to have y is 64 y cubed plus 1. And then we need to recognize there's a y cubed here, right? So we're going to have... so there's a y cubed. I mean, there's a sum of 2 cubes in the brackets. So we're going to have 64 y cubed breaking into 64 breaks into 4. Then y cubed breaks into y. So you're going to have 4y, 4y, 4y. Because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Y times y times y, it's y cubed. Then the 1 breaks into 1 times 1 times 1. Then, now let's factorize the cubes. So you open a small bracket and a big one. And then you're going to have the original sign, which is a plus in the first one. Remember, this one switch, the last one is a plus. And then we take the 4y, we put it here, which is the first term. We take 1, we put it there, which is the second term. Then 4y times 4y, it's 16y squared. So here you have 16y squared. 1 times 1, it's 1. And then the middle is going to be just the multiplication of those two terms. 4y times 1 is just 4y. And that's fully factorized. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.